Hello and welcome to Titanium Tarot, and today I'll be doing a reading for Scorpio, okay? So this is for any placement you have of Scorpio in your chart. If you do, great. If you don't, great as well. You probably have a message in here for you, so keep an ear out. And if you are a cross-watcher, I welcome you with open arms because heaven knows I was a cross-watcher for many a video myself, so I get you and I got you. Now, I will be mentioning the decks I use as I use them. If not, they will be in the description box below. And with that being said, my gorgeous and fellow Scorpios, I'm a Scorpio moon myself. Let's get into our cards. Yes. Okay. World at the bottom of the deck. Awesome. So, please, angels and guides, anyone from the highest good who has a message for my Scorpios, please come forward and share what they should expect for the coming week. Prince of Summer. Generally don't take these. Well, other than if I'm called to it, we'll see if it comes back out. So please, angels and guides, anyone from the highest good who has a message for my Scorpios, please come forward and share what they should expect for the coming week. Please, angels and guides. 5 of Spring. I put it back. Please come forward and share what they should expect for the coming week. And you got the 3 of Spring. Nice. With the Awakening card. And the 2 of Spring. And the 2 of Autumn. Yeah. Okay, if I go down this path, I feel like I won't stop. Awakening card. Okay. So, second set. Please, angels and guides, anyone from the highest good who has a message for my Scorpios, please come forward and share what they should expect for the coming week. Please, angels and guides, anyone from the highest good who has a message for my Scorpios. Too many cards. Too many. Too many. Okay. Please, angels and guides, anyone who has good who has a message for my Scorpios, please come forward and share what else they should expect this week. Please, angels and guides, anyone from the highest good who has a message for my Scorpios. Life experience. The Tower. Dun dun dun. Not that bad. I've experienced the Tower myself. Actually, multiple. Then you have the Princess of Winter at the bottom of the deck. So, it's going to be interesting. That Tower might awaken your spiritual epiphany, your spiritual powers. So please, angels and guides, anyone from the highest good who has a message for my Scorpios, please come forward and share what they should expect for the coming week. Please, angels and guides, anyone from the highest good who has a message for my Scorps, please come forward and share. And we got the 3 of Summer. Party! With the 9 of Autumn at the bottom of the deck. And the 6 of Spring. Awesome. That is cool. Yeah. Alright, so please, angels and guides, anyone from the highest good who has a message for my Scorpios, please come forward and share what they should expect for the coming week. Please, angels and guides, anyone from the highest good who has a message for my Scorps, please come forward and share what they should expect for the coming week. And you have the 7 of Spring with the 10 of Summer at the bottom of the deck. Okay. So that was Radleigh Valentine's Fairy Tarot deck. By the way, I use selenite on my decks to cleanse them and purify them. Now I'm going to use Brian Froud's Fairy Oracle. Alright, so please, angels and guides, anyone from the highest good who has a message for my for my Scorpios. Please come forward and share why the Three of Spring and the Awakening card are both here in the upright for the first set. Please, angels and guides, anyone for the highest good. And we have the Friends with Geo the Slow at the bottom of the deck. Excuse me. Followed by Epona's Wild Daughter. And it'll be the Retriever. Yep. As well as the Sage. Stop doing that. Excuse me. Okay, so next you have Life Experience and the Princess of Winter. So please, angels and guides, anyone from the highest good who has a message for my Scorpios, please come forward and share what they should expect for the coming week by clarifying these two cards for the second set. Please, angels and guides, anyone from the highest good who has a message for my Scorpios, please come forward and share. And you got Pohadil of the Waters with the Green Woman at the bottom of the deck, followed by Mike the Myomancer. Ooh. We're paying attention, I see. Yeah, then you have Spirit Dancer and the Singer of Initiation. Yep. Okay, so next set you have the Three of Summer and the Nine of Autumn. So please, angels and guides, anyone for the highest good who has a message for my Scorpios, please come forward and share why all these cards are here in the direction they're in. They're all in the upright, so thank you. Please, angels and guides, anyone from the highest good who has a message for my Scorpios, why are all these cards here in the upright for these third set? Please, angels and guides. And you have the Bright Mother with the Faf the Footer, Faffy as I like to call him sometimes, and Indy. Yep. With the Dark Lady and Iris of the Rainbow and Sylvanius and the Maiden and the Lady of the Harvest and Ecstasis. Ecstasy, Joy, Rapture, Motivation. Okay, then you have the Seven of Winter and the Ten of Summer. So for the last set, so please, angels and guides, anyone from the highest good who has a message for my Scorpios, please come forward and share why the Seven of Winter and the Ten of Summer is here for my Scorps. Please, angels and guides, anyone from the highest good who has a message for my Scorps, please come forward and share. And you have a Collective of Pixies, followed by Fairy Guide and the Glenkinner. Ooh. With Penelope Dreamweaver at the bottom of the deck. Ooh la la. Okay. As well as the Luminous Doom, the Fairies of the Future, Singer of Healing. Yep, and that's it. Behind that, no, don't you close on me. Talk to my computer. Alright, so let us begin, shall we? So for the first set, you start off with the Three of Spring and the Awakening card. Alright, so the Three of Spring talks of plan your next step for nigh to the long term. Have patience, and there are more good things to come. Satisfaction from a job well done. So something similar to the Cancer reading. I feel like you're slowly but surely working on this project. You're bringing it to fruition excessively slowly, and yeah, so, and that might be an issue for others. It might even be an issue for you. because it's taking so damn long. But all that because you were enlightened about something, which is, well, the awakening. Okay, this is the Hanged Man in this deck, and if you notice, his head is enlightened, right? He is awakened. Now, the reason, what it says at the bottom of this card is, change the way you're looking at the situation. Embrace your uniqueness, a temporary pause in action. I feel like you changed your way of looking at it, and you're like, oh, hell to the nay. I won't give myself fully to a project anymore because I want to make sure my health is on point. But is your health on point? Is it really your health that you... Are you disguising your... Like, I know this is my case. I did not like stress, so I try to take my time, though, because I don't like stress or being in stress. Nothing's happening, or things are happening excessively slowly. So what I have to say is, other than if you are fine with the pace of a sloth, that's good. He gets where he wants to get to, but not quick enough, right? Or, which is, if you're good with a sloth pace, you should be fine. But if you're not, maybe you should take that off of your mind and start moving towards your wanted direction, right? Because as I was telling a fellow reader yesterday, like, I'm good, I'm happy, but I'm happy. Things could go quicker, so maybe that you're also in this state of mind, or someone you're dealing with is in this state of mind. That is why you need, I feel like some friends might help you snap you back into reality, because sometimes I think that I'm not a part of reality. So I need me some of that to snap back in. Then you have Geo the Slow. Now, Geo the Slow talks of cycles of time, patience, waiting, and slowness. What I feel is that if your friends are helping you in order to get to your wanted, what you want to get to, it is going to take time, because the inner work, because you need to do the inner work first. And yeah, so you need to do the inner work first. Then we have Epona's Wild Daughter. Now, Epona's Wild Daughter talks of inner shadow, nightmare, depression, madness, and growth. So I feel like if anything in my situation is indicative of what is happening, you might go crazy with the fact that things are slowly happening, and that's when you're going to be like, you give yourself a smack on the face and you're like, wake up and smell the gym socks, or smell the gym socks so that you can wake up. Then you have Ilby the Retriever. Now, Ilby the Retriever talks of Office of Unclaimed Properties, hopes, wishes, and loyalties. So, I mean, you have something that you're working towards. You're just working excessively slowly towards it, and possibly if you're in any way, shape, or form similar to me, okay, this is you thinking it's because you've gained some wisdom of some sort. Now, the Sage, because the Sage talks of a wisdom, hidden knowledge, retreat, old age, and patience. So it's between, you're doing this, you're taking your time because you have decided on something, you've learned something in the past, Possibly something along the lines of, it's not the end, it's not the destination, it's the journey that counts. That's what I'm telling myself. It's what will I discover on the journey, right? And I think I discovered a lot on the journey. And now at this point, I don't know if that is if that is my scapegoat, or if that is exactly what I should be doing. I'm laughing, but it's a mystery of life. Now, the next card is Life Experience. Now, Life Experience is the Tower card in this deck, okay? So it talks of let go of belief systems that no longer work for you, an important life-changing event, a situation that leads to significant opportunities. So I feel like something is going to happen that is going to shake your foundations, possibly, if I can say that. Ooh, that just gave me an idea. One moment. Maybe, possibly, I don't know. So it's gonna give you an idea. It's gonna give you an idea that will be a life-changing event, a life-changing idea that will lead to significant opportunities. Okay. Then you have the Princess of Winter. Now, the Princess of Winter is an inquisitive, truthful, realistic, undiplomatic individual. Okay, this card at the bottom says information that can help you, but which may be difficult to hear. Speaking the truth with kindness, an indigo child or adult. And due to that last phrase, okay, an indigo child or adult, I feel like the Princess of Winter is a light worker. Because when I was a child, I had difficulty communicating properly with people, and I was shunned by my own culture and whatnot because of that. Now, the cards clarifying it are Poharel of the Waters, which talks of gracefully accepting change. So when this idea or this life experience happens, I feel like you need to gracefully accept change and see where it takes you. See the opportunity that might arise from it, right? Then you have the Green Woman. Now, the Green Woman, alright, talks of natural magic, expectant gratitude, wildness, and untamable creativity. Yep. So I feel like that idea is going to give you a ton, is going to wake you up to something that you did not think was possible up to this point. Then you have Mike the Myomancer. Now, Mike the Myomancer looks at, basically, he looks to see the differences in the way in rodents. It could be in the way they act. It could be their behavior. Well, the way they act is their behavior. Their behavior, the change in their fur, the change in their diet, the change in their excrements or whatnot. You know, so little shifts that you notice will basically enable you to notice big changes that are on their way, right? Then you have the Spirit Dancer. Now, the Spirit Dancer talks of self-expression, freedom, and exploration. And I feel like with that sense of what is coming, so basically you're divinating what is going to happen through rodents, which is pretty much the same thing as divinating what's going to happen through tarot cards or oracle cards or whatever, right? Now, so this card, all right, freedom, it's self-expression, freedom, and exploration. Once this life-changing event happens or this idea comes about, you will be like, okay, let me see where this goes, and something in your intuition, your intuitive powers might open up, right, and help lead you down the path of a light worker. Excuse me. And due to that, you will be able to freely explore yourself. All right, in the sense of exploring the recesses of your personality, parts you had no idea existed. Then you'll have, and due to that, you'll have the Singer of Initiation. For some reason, I feel like you're not used to doing this, and so due to that, it might take some time. But once you get accustomed to doing it, all right, to going within and to exploring the parts of you that you didn't know existed, all right, you will be able to 10:01 on the clock, which is at least for me. So I see it and I'm like, yay! All right, back to the card. The Singer of Initiation. Now, the Singer of Initiation talks of passage through trial, triumph, new level. So with this new idea, this new thing that you're working towards, or this concept that is going to help you shift things in your reality, it will actually be able to allow you to go through some difficult times. Okay? Yeah. It'll help you to create a better situation for yourself. Okay? Then for the third set, okay, you have the Three of Summer. And the Three of Summer, alright, talks of news worth celebrating. Announcements such as weddings, graduations, or births. Friends you cherish. Something you're going to celebrate and have a party about is coming, is on its way. And I feel like the thing that you want to celebrate will be you achieving the Nine of Autumn. Now, the Nine of Autumn, alright, talks about reward yourself for all your hard work, being happily and successfully self-employed, cherishing your time alone. I personally don't like the cherishing your time. Well, I mean, you are comfortable with yourself. You've been working on yourself. You went within, you did the work, so you're comfortable with being alone. But that does not necessarily mean that you love it, right? Like, I adore people. I love being around people. But at times you are going to need to take a little step back and be by yourself. So the next card is the Six of Spring. Now, the Six of Spring is the Six of Wands in this deck. It says, wonderful news is on its way. Smart choices that bring rewards. Success and public recognition. So I feel like the success you earned with the Nine of Autumn, alright, will be the reason why you're celebrating, right? Yes. So now for the cards to clarify. I don't know if I mentioned it, but I used Brian Froud's Fairy Oracle to clarify. And the cards to clarify are the Bright Mother. And the Bright Mother talks of creativity, nurturing, productivity, intimacy, and sheltering. Right? Taking care of yourself. And I feel like, yes, I feel like that's, at least in my case, that is why I put the importance on the journey and not the end final destination. That's why I'm taking my time. That does not mean that it is something that you should do as well. I mean, it's taking time, is all I can say. So the next card is Faf the Footer. Now, Faf the Footer talks of being real, earthing, grounding, centering. Right? Yep. Earthing, grounding, centering. So it's all, you are nurturing yourself, and with that you're also grounding yourself, because you are material, you are grounding yourself and making sure that you're connected to the earth and that you feel supported. Next you have Indi. Now Indi talks of indecision, wishy-washing, decision making, and decision making. No, commitment and decision making. So I feel like what was I getting at? Okay. I feel like you have made a decision. You're like, okay, so yes, that idea that it's gonna come to your mind, that just came to my mind as I was reading these cards and that I wrote down myself, was like, you're gonna decide, you're gonna make a decision finally. I mean, it's not the first time I've had that idea, but I was like, you know what, no, I like to enjoy myself in the week, during the week, and now I'm like, okay, maybe I should do this all my filming on Saturday and Sunday, so that way I'll have like the whole week to do work. But that's okay, I'll find some way to like make it joyful and appreciate, like something that I'll enjoy doing. Next you have the Dark Lady. Now the Dark Lady, alright, talks of unconscious powers and wisdom, rituals, mysteries, and secrets. Yeah. So you have tapped into like a secret that not everyone knows, possibly, which talks of dedication and determination. And due to that, okay, you'll be able to tap into the Iris of the Rainbow energy, which talks of hope and promise for the future. You are, because of this, you stepping into something, you are going to be able to have more hope for the future that will also bring a promise as well. Then you have Sylvanus. Now Sylvanus talks of truth cutting to deception and clarity. And what did I say? You were able to make a decision. So if you were able to make a decision earlier in the week, that is because you had cut through deception and you gained clarity. Next you have the Maiden. So due to that, you'll be able to start something with like absolutely no reference to past experiences. I hope that makes sense, because the Maiden is like one step before the Fool. The Fool is someone who has come back, who does situations, come back to a situation even if he has had experiences, except he chooses to start that situation anew from a whole new perspective. Now the Maiden is a baby, so she has no other choice but to start new things. So okay, so you are going to start a completely new project or a new division of it, if that makes sense. Then you have the Lady of the Harvest. Now the Lady of the Harvest, okay, talks of completion, grief, loss, harvest, and release. So you have come to the end of a cycle due to that shift, which is amazing. Then you have ecstasis. Now that end of a cycle is going to bring you ecstasy, joy, rapture, and motivation. It is awesome. Yeah. Okay. Now for the last set, okay, you have the 7 of Winter and the 10 of Summer. Now, so the 7 of Winter talks of there is a better choice, not seeing things clearly, running away from the truth. This is the 7 of Swords, right? 7 of Swords, that is about 7 of Swords usually is in tarot, that be someone stealing and for XYZ reason they're stealing swords. But in this card, it's talking about there is a better choice. Like, there is a better way to get what you want. You don't have to steal stuff, you know. You're not seeing things clearly. You're not seeing the reason why you should be doing it the right way, and why you should be doing things the right way and avoiding stealing. And you are avoiding the truth by... I have never thought that far ahead in this card. And running away from the truth, which is you actually stole something. You might be covering with a white lie, but well, they stole it from me, but then you stole it from them. Tit for tat does not work, right? It only creates animosity. And I feel like that is what you're realizing. You're coming to that cognition, and due to that cognition, you are going to be able to tap into your 10 of summer. Now, the 10 of summer, okay, talks about an emotionally fulfilling life with family or friends, raising children wisely, people you can trust. This is the emotionally fulfilling life. And so once every single part of you, okay, becomes in alignment, gets in alignment, I think that you will feel emotionally much more fulfilled than you used to. Now, the cards clarifying that are a collective of pixies, which talks of duty, willingness, joyful participation, and virtue. The idea that came to mind is that you are... Well, if we go with the traditional indication, the traditional image on the Seven of Swords, it will be you are stealing these swords back as a part of your duty. You are willingly taking them back to their rightful owners. You are doing that because you are joyful with this group. You joyfully participate in this group, and you think that you taking your... okay, so it's not that they stole the swords, it's that they acquired them, like the other group acquired them in a backhanded manner, which was totally legal, is what I'm getting. So I think that your idea of doing the right thing, of duty, okay, is to take the quote-unquote stolen swords back to their rightful owners. Possibly because the rightful owners who fell into the trap of someone taking those 7 swords from them was like bitching, was complaining about the fact that they lost their swords and someone quote-unquote stole them from them or pulled the rug from underneath them, which in reality indicates that they were not attentive to what was going on around them, and they are possibly feeling down in the dumps and not really helping themselves out. That is an interesting perspective. Lying to yourself. Yeah, possibly lying to yourself. I'm gonna write that down so I don't forget. Then you have the fairy guide. Now, the fairy guide talks of guidance, direct communication with fairies. So this is basically what your intuition is telling you. Now, my intuition is telling me nothing, so you're gonna have to figure it out for yourself, which is what I prefer. Usually, like last time I got that card, I heard something, I sensed something. I got an intuitive download, and that's what I mentioned. But this time, I didn't really get a download. What I explained might have been the download, which was that, yeah, the duty and the willingness to... You stole the cards, you stole them back stole the swords back because you felt like it was a part of your duty. Next, you have the Glankener, which talks of illusions, delusions, lust, projection, and clear sight. I feel like once the people see that you stole the swords back, they'll be like, oh, what did you do? What did you do? What did you do? Oh my God, you are in such a delusion. Why did you even do that? And then they set you straight and they're like, okay, no, you're going to take these back. Because, yes, I know I complained, but, I mean, that was just complaining and because I felt like I didn't have power in my hands. But now I clearly see that I do have power in my hands. So you should take those back. You know? That's... okay. So the other party, the party that you were joyfully participate in, was like, oh no, you're gonna take that back, and yes, you're gonna take that back, and you're like, so the other person had inspiration, okay, possibly they had a magical dream during the night and telling them that no, these swords need to go back, and so or a vision, so that's what they let you in on, and that's when you're like, oh, that sucks, because the Luminous Doom talks of self-defeat, self-pity, and self-destruction. Like, you don't feel so good because of the fact that they told you that they aren't all that appreciative for you trying to be of service to them when you think that's what they wanted, but that's not exactly what they wanted. And what that will be here now, guidance forward moving. And that's when so I feel like you take the swords back, and as you're doing that, you remember that prior to you stealing the swords, you were contemplating the fact that this is not fair, this is not right. Your conscience was like saying, oh, hell to the no, what are you doing? And you're like, well, maybe I should have listened to my conscience more than my ego. So your ego, okay. Conscience. I should have listened more to my conscience than my ego, because your ego tells you steal it, so that you can be more accepted in the group. But as you notice, the group was like, oh, how did you do that? So group acceptance. So you took them swords back, and that is when you got the healing, which was something in your mind was like, I'm going to avoid this, never again. Well, what I mean to say is I'm going to avoid doing this again, so I will stay away from this situation forevermore. Okay? So my gorgeous Scorpios, that is all that I have for you guys this week. If you like this and if you'd like me to go deeper into your specific situation, please contact me at the email in the box below, and it'll be my pleasure to assist. In that same box, you'll find a little description of this video and my price. Now, like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and click on that notification bell to be notified when I post new stuff, as well as leaving me a comment, because I enjoy comments. I read them all. I don't answer all of them, but I absolutely read them all. And with that being said, my gorgeous Scorpios, gorgeous and fellow Scorpios, I wish you guys all a very good week, and I'll see you next time, okay? Bye!